Hello, my beep sheep. Welcome to the Tuesday productivity stream. I hope you're all doing well. Say hi in the chat. Let us know what you're working on, how you're doing, especially how you're doing. I feel like the last couple of weeks, months, whatever, have been particularly tough for pretty much everyone. So let us know how you're doing. Let's just check in on each other. And we'll just take it easy today. That's not to say that we're not going to do some sprints. We will definitely do at least one. But if we're being honest, I'm feeling pretty crappy. Now is not a great time to be an empath, but I am, and there's not a whole heck of a lot I can do about it. So, it is what it is. So, I think we will just have a little bit of a relaxed, easy, chatty, sprinty session. Excuse me. I will greet everyone in the comments in a second. I'm just waiting for StreamYard to pull things through. So Debbie was worried that they might be late because they had to take the kids to the park. Hearts for Sako. Rainy doesn't have a huge word count goal today, only to get to 630 words, and they're halfway already. Very well done. Let's see if we can get you the other half. And Debbie was back in time. Hooray! Welcome, Debbie. I'm so glad you could make it. Sui made it. Hello, Sui. Yay, she's dressed. Hey, Sage. Hi, Sui. For those of you who don't know, Emily Oliveri does a live stream that starts 2.5 hours before this one. So I was hanging out there today and was what's the word? Procrastinating on getting dressed and getting ready for this stream. But so Sui was there for that, and she's pleased to see that I'm dressed, which is good. Hello to Ali Cat. I'm glad you could make it. Hello, Emma. And hi to Shell. So nice to see you. Well, you're seeing me. I'm not seeing you, but things. So Sako says that sounds wonderful. Excellent. Rainy says hello. Hello, Rainy. And Amy says good morning from sunny Idaho. Good morning, Amy. I will say good evening from frosty South Africa. And Adventures in Fantasy says hey. Hey to you. Right. So let me know how long you want to sprint for. And while you're doing that, I will tell you what's been going on with me. So on Sunday night, technically Monday morning, I was up until just after 1 a.m. because I was karaokeing with BC and Sako and Doll and everyone else over on BC's channel. So I did not sleep very much before I had to get up yesterday to work on day job stuff and commission stuff. And and then I was up late last night working on commission stuff. So I didn't sleep well again tonight, and finally got the commission sent off this morning. It's been accepted. The client's very happy, which is great for me. 5-star review, potentially extra work coming my way, which is fantastic. But brain no worky so good on like 4 hours sleep in 48 hours. So oh, that's right. So my plan was that after I sent my commission off, I was going to take a nap. However, the video that I edited on Sunday, that I let render when I went to bed on Monday morning, rendered with a massive chunk of it missing. I don't know how, because the file was correct before I rendered it, but it ended up being gappy. So I had to spend all of this morning fixing it. So I did not get to take my nap. So I don't know what I'm going to, I don't know what I'm going to do during this stream. I also don't know how long I'm going to stream for, because I might decide to chuck it in early, because. So I am still doing my writing detox. So what that means is basically until July, I am not working on any projects for myself. I'm not doing any creative fiction or basically any of my own work. What I am doing is the Tim Clare 100-day writing challenge, which I know Shell is also doing. I finished the first week this morning. So let's put that away. So I've popped the link for that into the chat. It's basically a 10-minute writing exercise once a day. You need probably about half an hour, because each episode of the podcast is 20 minutes to half an hour, which includes your 10 minutes writing time. And it's helping me, I think. But they recommend that you don't, or he recommends that you don't write anything else for the first couple of weeks of the challenge. So I'll start writing my own stuff again in July. I'm still doing client work and carrying on with that. But my client work is generally not creative fiction or creative writing or fiction. So there's that. So what I'm going to be working on, I think, is probably some more ink work. So I did this earlier today. Whoops. It didn't turn out quite the way I wanted, but that's probably because I haven't had enough practice. So while you are all writing or doing whatever you're working on, I'm probably going to be doing some more of that. So let me catch up on the comments, because I think I have talked at you long enough. So Katie Ann is here. Hello, Katie Ann. I'm glad you could make it. Christine is here. Morning, in between projects right now, still deciding what I want to work on. Maybe by the end of the live stream, I'll have figured it out. Quite possibly. Maybe try the Tim Clare 100-day writing challenge, and it might spark something for you. Rainy says 15. Christine says 15. Emma says 15. Ali says 15. Whoops. StreamYard did a jump. Shell says yippee. Well done, Sage. Day 23 for me. Congratulations, Shell. You have made it further than I ever have. I should mention this is my third time trying this challenge because I tend to let myself get derailed, which is not what I want to do. Dick is here. Hi, Dick. Glad you could make it. So, Nerdy Nanny says that's so pretty. Thank you very much. Katie says it's pretty. Thank you very much. Emma says that looks great. Thank you very much. Nerdy Nanny is fiddling with Canva to make marketing stuff. Good luck. Marketing stuff is the bane of my existence. Amy says that's amazing. Thank you. And Christine says that's really cool. Ink is so fun. It is. I am slightly annoyed because I don't have access to particularly good ink. What I've got is this rather cheap stuff, and the shop that stocks it locally only has 4 colors. So I have all 4 colors. There are more colors apparently in the range, but do you think I can get my hands on them? So, that's that. Okay, so I'm going to set us up for a 15-minute whoops, that's not right. That's the one. Oh, excuse me. Right, so helps if I'm on the right page. 15 minutes, starting in 3, 2, 1. Go. All right, folks, that was our first sprint. Let me know how you did. Oh my goodness. The dogs are not happy about something. It is going home time for most people, so my guess is there are people walking down the road. And the dogs don't really care for that. So while I wait for StreamYard to catch up, I'm just going to keep cleaning my brush here, because I somehow managed to start painting with a dirty brush, which did not give the effect that I desired. So, right, let's see what's happening here. Alley Cat had to go. Glad that you made it for a little bit, Alley. Alley Unicorn Fan says 167 words and a chapter done. Now I have to plan out the next one. Good luck with that, and well done on your completed chapter. Rainy got 66 words, was distracted for most of the sprint. I completely sympathize. Dick ironed some clothes, having to do 4 turns. Not quite sure what that means, but good for you ironing your clothes, because I don't. Whoops. Chap did a jumpy. Katie fiddled around making a paper crane while I thought, so not many words, but lots of thinking. Thinking totally counts as writing, though, because you can't write if you don't have an idea. Emma outlined one chapter and organized some of my notes in my thought dump document. That is very good. Brain dumps are important. Oh, excuse me again. Debbie got my rough sketch for a panel almost done. Excellent. Adventures in Fantasy started to download an update for my writing program. That is also very important. Updates are nifty things. And Amy finished a chapter that she was having trouble editing. I'm glad that you managed to finish it. So I did not very much of anything. I set the timer, muted myself, grabbed my palette and my water and my inks, basically prepped my station, started painting or inking or whatever you want to call it, and then realized that my brush was dirty, so my ink was coming out the wrong color. And that's where we are. Shell says 159, a poem, gonna write a little more reflection so I get my 200. Excellent. For those of you who don't know what the 200 is referencing, that is in reference to the BXP 2020 challenge, I believe. And while I'm thinking of it, let me link that as well. Sorry. If I thought about it earlier, I would have had this ready to go, but I didn't think about it earlier, so I didn't. Oh, come on. Okay, in the chat is a link for the BXP 2020 challenge. Basically what it is you attempt to write 200 words a day. When you write your 200 words, or however many you write for the day, you log your word count with a form on the BXP website. And it's basically just an accountability kind of thing. Yeah, I did it for all of January and some of February, and then kind of fell off a cliff. So I really should get back into it. And the reasoning behind 200 words a day is that basically, if you write 200 words a day, you can write a full novel in a year. Now, obviously, you may want to do more than that. And what has been shown to happen is you start writing 200 words a day, and then slowly your baseline increases. So your goal is 200 words a day, but you might be doing 800 or 2000 or whatever else. Anyway, it's a thing. And it's a thing that I should get back into. So I think during camp I will start doing this again. And things. So my brain is just full of basically nothing today. So if you have something that you want to talk about, let me know. Or something that you want me to talk about, let me know. Because talking I am good at, but thinking I am not. So that's pretty much where we are. On a normal day, not in the middle of a global meltdown, I might actually have things that I'm fired up about and prepared to talk about, but not today, apparently. So there's that. Maybe what I should do is find that site that I used during my 100 subscriber stream, and we can answer questions from that. Oh, Shell says, what kind of TV shows do you like? That's a difficult one to answer because I don't really watch much TV. I tend to like sort of slice of life stuff, but also kind of slightly surreal stuff. So I think my favorite shows recently have been things like BoJack Horseman and Tuca and Bertie. And I had another one, but it's gone straight out of my head. I like things that can be funny but aren't comedies, if that makes any sense whatsoever. So, folks, let me know in the comments what your favorite TV show or what TV shows or what kinds of TV shows you like to watch. I have also had to cancel my Netflix subscription, so I'm not Netflixing at the moment. I have Amazon Prime Video through my mother-in-law, so thank you very much, mother-in-law. So I have that at least. I used to be a really big fan of Amy Sherman Palladino. So Gilmore Girls and Bunheads and that. I have not tried The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel. I've heard mixed things. So there's that. But I rewatched Gilmore Girls. Okay, so when I was working from home before, I used to put the TV on in the background just so that I didn't feel like I was totally alone in the house. But if I put on something that I hadn't already seen, then I got pulled into the show instead of into my work. So what I did was I hooked up my external hard drive and I watched shows that I had already watched. So that means that I can pretty much quote all of Sabrina the Teenage Witch, the 90s version, not the recent Chilling Adventures, although that's very good too. And the first 3 or 4 seasons of NCIS I watched on repeat, and Charmed and Gilmore Girls. And then I stopped working from home. I got an office job. And then the Gilmore Girls revival happened. And I watched all of Gilmore Girls again so that I could watch the revival. And I started to notice a lot of things that are problematic for me. Rory is a total nothing of a character. She's a spoiled brat. She might not have money, but she's a spoiled brat. Lorelai is just deeply misguided. And all of the relationships in that show are so flawed, and not in the good human kind of way, just like in the perpetuating bad relationships kind of way. And Lane deserved better than Zach. I'm sorry, but she did. She deserved better than to go from being a smart, talented, incredible woman to being essentially a housewife and stay-at-home mom. She deserved better. So yes, Gilmore Girls just really does not do it for me anymore, which is weird because my the contemporary fiction that I am working on essentially came out of me wondering how Gilmore Girls would have been different if Lorelai had married Christopher when she got pregnant with Rory. It is now so far diverged from that that I don't think people would realize that that's what it started as without me telling them. So that's a thing. Okay, Gilmore Girls rant over. Oh, Angela was here. Hi, Angela. Have to go to work soon, but saw you alive and wanted to say hi. Hi. I'm so glad that you could make it. And have a good. Oh, for crying out loud! Have a good day at work. Maybe I need to lubricate. That might be why I'm tripping over my words. Emma doesn't really watch a ton of TV, but my favorite show is NCIS. It's a good show. Shell just started watching through Avatar: The Last Airbender with the kids. Lots of writers I follow reference it all the time for great characters and storytelling. Yes. I have not finished Avatar: The Last Airbender. I am somewhere in season 3, but I watched it such a long time ago that I think I'm going to have to start from the beginning again. But there is a lot of really great characterization and storytelling, and Mr. Sage and I live in an agricultural area, and we often are behind trucks carrying various bits of produce, which almost always garners one or both of us yelling, "My cabbages!" So that's that. Amy love TV shows that have a sci-fi edge, like Battlestar Galactica and Orphan Black. Okay, I have not watched Battlestar Galactica, but I have seen parts of Orphan Black, and I enjoyed what I did see of it. I'm not a huge sci-fi fan. Shell loved Gilmore Girls and Once Upon a Time. Haven't finished it. I also have not finished Once Upon a Time. The first season was good. I think I watched the second season and then sort of gave up. Okay, so that's another vote for Avatar. Katie's been watching a lot of British mystery shows, but honestly haven't been watching a lot of shows. Put things on in the background when I'm working, and now I can quote all of Lord of the Rings. Okay, yeah, I get that. Lord of the Rings is a great thing to be able to quote. It is. Shell just rewatched Malcolm in the Middle. Oh my goodness, that is a blast from the past. When I grew up watching it, it was funny. This time around, I related more with the parents, and the kids were total shits. I was curious, when you say you work from home, doing contract type work for others, what types of projects do you work on? I also do something similar, so I was curious. So this is my third round of working from home. The first round was I used to work for essentially a training academy that specialized in project management and business consulting. And I was their, I suppose you'd call it a training coordinator. And the company virtualized, which meant that we had been working in an office, and then we got rid of the premises because all of the training that we did was at our client's premises or at a conference center. So there was no point to having a physical premises. So the first time that I worked from home, it was on arranging training courses, minuting meetings, that kind of thing. Diary management, really. And the second time that I worked from home, I was a social media manager. So I basically spent 45 hours a week on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn. I don't think we were doing Instagram at that stage. posting content and answering people's queries for some fairly well-known businesses. I am not going to name them because I can't remember what my contract said about that. So, yeah, that was entertaining. And now I was working from home as part of my day job as again, a training administrator and a maintenance administrator for an aviation maintenance company. But I have been let go from that position. So now I'm freelancing. And at the moment, the freelance work that I'm doing is basically writing articles and blog posts and doing proofreading and editing. I am eventually, hopefully, going to be able to also offer transcription, typesetting, book formatting, book design, that kind of thing. But for now, it's predominantly articles. And I hope that that was a satisfactory answer. The Quiet Adventurer, hello. Hello. I love The Office. I've seen it at least 10 times now. What are you working on for this nano? I don't know yet. And I will probably decide this weekend. Maybe, hopefully. And when you say The Office, UK or US? I have tried to watch the UK version. I can't do it. I can't bear Ricky Gervais. He just really grates my tits. So, yeah. And I have not tried the US version. So, let me know. I think I might do another poetry project for Nano, maybe. Or I might go wild and crazy and work on 2 projects at the same time so I can do a poetry project and a something else. I don't know. I am going to pull up those questions. Excuse me. Because I can. But we should also probably do another sprint. So let me know how long you want to sprint for the next sprint. And also pick a number between 1 and 13, please and thank you. So Quiet Adventurer says US. I did watch the UK though. Seeing as you've watched both, which did you think was better? Because I've heard very mixed things, or people are very divided on it, at least in my circles. So please let me know, because I have no frame of reference. I was really curious what type of work you do. I research and write non-fiction, mostly research for PhD students. It's fun. This is my first time doing fiction. Well, I'm glad that you are enjoying or having fun. What are you fictioning, if I can put it that way? I am not formally educated. So I don't do research like research. I have a couple of diplomas, but no degrees. And the diplomas didn't really require research. So I don't think I actually know how to do research. I do have very good Google foo, though. Emma says maybe something a little longer, like 20 minutes. Okay, we can do a 20. I will set that up. So 20 is set up. The Quiet Adventurer says the US is best. I'm American, but the UK only had a few seasons, so I couldn't get much of an opinion on that one. Fair enough. Shell has seen both of The Office and preferred the US. That is more or less what I'm hearing, although I have some very or have some acquaintances who are very vocal about the UK being oh good grief, being better. So maybe when I have access to such things again, I will try The Office. Sui is writing an historical mystery crime novel. Very interesting. Would that be in the realm of the Phryne Fisher type, or something else? Darker? I don't know. Rhonda says, good morning, Sage and everyone. Good morning, Rhonda. I'm glad that you made it. So we are having a bit of a chat more than a productivity session today, because my brain is not capable of much at the moment. So we are going to do a 20-minute sprint in probably at the top of the hour. But I'm not writing, I am arting. So, but welcome, and I'm glad that you made it. Sui says, research is my wheelhouse. I have a master's degree in information management, library and archival work. I did first year information management and flunked because I couldn't be bothered to turn the assignments in. And also because the textbook that I had, or the course syllabus that I had, was horrible. And we basically spent the entire quarter on papyrus, which I'm pretty sure I don't need to know. So it was also a distance learning thing, and it really wasn't very well managed. And now I just don't have money to study because I'm busy keeping myself alive. So, not really sure who to compare my work to yet. Still outlining. Fair enough. Let me know when you know, because I am rather partial to historical mysteries. Shell is saying hi to Rhonda. Rhonda, for those of you who don't know, is one of the 4 hosts of the Christian Indie Writers podcast, which happens every Friday at 4 p.m. my time. I have no idea what time that is for you. It is here on YouTube. It is also available on iTunes and Stitcher and Spotify, and I don't know, all the other places. And it's really, really good. I'm not Christian, and they have welcomed me with open arms. So it's just genuinely a very nice, warm, welcoming community. So if you're looking for a writing podcast, that's one that I would recommend. Okay, so we have 2 minutes to go until the top of the hour. Oh, hey, BC is here. Hi, BC. I'm so glad that you made it. I was talking earlier in the stream about how much fun I had doing AutoTube karaoke. And I can't wait for the next one. So everyone basically saying hi, howdy to BC. Okay, so I am going to pull up our 20-minute timer so that we can start at the top of the hour. If somebody would like to throw me a number between 1 and 13, I would greatly appreciate it. And stuff and things. So if you are just joining us, let us know what you're working on during these productivity sprints, because it doesn't have to be writing. Okay, well, that's spooky. 9, 9, 9. That is really spooky. Okay, so we are definitely going with 9. Wow, that is weird. Okay, it's the top of the hour, so 20 minutes starting in 3, 2, 1, go. All right, folks, that's the end of that sprint. Just getting my final brush strokes in here. Give me half a second. Right, let me know how you did while I clean this brush off. And I see we have some new arrivals. So in half a second, I will greet the new arrivals. I just need to not make an absolute mess of my desk. Right, we can get rid of that. Okay. So Sui was saying that it is almost 2 a.m. and she should probably get some sleep at some point. JC arrived. Hello, JC. Sui did call it a night. You're welcome, Sui. I know you've already left, but you are always welcome. She says, good night all and happy sprinting. Marissa is here. Hello, Marissa. I'm glad that you could make it. I know that the time of my stream clashes with your ongoing call situation, but I'm glad that you could make it. And Doll is with us. Hello, Doll. I'm glad that you could make it. Everyone greeting everyone else. BC says 236 words now on a phone call with a client. Be right back. Take your time. It's cool. More of people saying hi to each other. Doll caught the end of the sprint. Marissa loves my headband. It's a like a bandana thing. Scarfy, whatchamahoo's it. But thank you. We actually bought it as part of Mr. Sage's cosplay for Discworld Day last year. Was it last year? Yes, last year. This year feels like it's about a decade. So The Quiet Adventurer says 105 in script. Emma outlined 3 more chapters. Congratulations. Debbie finished the rough and started the refined sketch. That's awesome. And Shell did 228 total, then caught up on morning emails. That is awesome. So for those of you who have just tuned in, I am having a lazy brain kind of evening. So that was only our second sprint. We have mostly been chatting because the world is kind of awful right now. And I'm an empath and I'm taking strain. So that's just where we are. So before we started that sprint, BC and let me just get back to it. BC and Shell and Emma all chose the number 9. I asked for numbers between 1 and 13, and literally the only number I got was 9, but I got it 3 times. So from that, I am going to pull up round 9. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. The question is, do you Instagram your food? So let me know in the chatty chats. Do you Instagram your food? I do, but not nearly as much as I used to when Mr. Sage and I were first dating. I just don't. Part of that's because I don't really eat out much these days. And my home-cooked meals do not look good enough to be put on Instagram. They taste blooming good, but you can't taste through Instagram. So let's see. Christine did a tarot spread to pick my next project. Excellent. I had 2 concepts, but I think it's 1 now. Nice bow bandana. Thank you very much. JC is working on editing my next video going up today. Lots of good woo-woos to you, JC, because I have not had the best time of video editing lately. So I don't envy you. And I generally actually quite enjoy video editing, but I'm just having endless tech issues. Debbie does not Instagram her food. Doll used to Instagram some food, not anymore. I don't want to make people hungry. Fair enough. Quiet Adventurer says, no, I never use Instagram unless I travel somewhere or something important happens. Fair enough. No traveling happening at the moment. Emma does not Instagram their food, but does Instagram their plants. Marissa only Instagrams their food if it looks really pretty or special. Most of the time, the food is super boring. But if I get a nice ice cream cone, I am sharing it. Fair enough. And I know it's like 3 degrees right now, but I would actually really like an ice cream cone. Christine, I don't Insta much, but if I did, I would. Okay. I get that. BC never Instagrams food. Might Instagram me taking a bite or a pic of the grill or something, but not the food itself. Emma wishes that she could taste through Instagram. Sometimes, yes, that would actually be pretty good. Doll rarely uses Instagram because it's too visual, don't really like the platform. I have it mostly so others can reach me there if they need to. Fair enough. It is essentially a visual platform, which is not great for someone who is partially blind. So I completely understand why you don't really like it. JC doesn't have Instagram, but every once in a while, if I fix something new that turns out really awesome, I will post a picture on Facebook. Fair enough. Katie doesn't usually, but did just delete Instagram for social media cleanse for mental health. So not Instagramming anything at the moment. That is a very valid point. I completely support doing social media cleanses. And you know what, if social media, and especially if it's a specific platform that isn't doing it for you, cut it out. We have too few spoons to be wasting time and energy on things that don't fulfill us. Shell says, not for a long time now. I have one Instagram where I post cigars, craft beer, and books, but my personal Instagram is mostly my kids and blog posts. I don't know how people manage to keep up with more than one Instagram account. I tried having separate Instagrams for my personal life and my business, and that just didn't work. I also tried having separate Instagrams for my dogs because they are freaking adorable. And that also didn't work because I don't tend to take a lot of pictures. The Quiet Adventurer says, it's always hot where I am, so I always want ice cream. You know, my best friend has a saying, it's never too cold for ice cream. And I think those are words to live by. Right, so it is 6:30, which means we've got half an hour left on the stream. We can do another sprint if people want, or we can chat some more. Or we can end the stream because we can, because it's that kind of day. So also, I did ask how people are doing, but nobody ever came back to me. So this is the feelings corner. How are you feeling? Let me know, because I actually genuinely do care. So yes. Also, if you have anything that you want to plug, if you are going to be streaming this week, or have a video coming out, or have a book launching, or are looking for beta readers, or any of that kind of thing, let me know in the chat, and let's promo you while we're here. Doll says, I've learned the hard way not to put my personal life out there. I use socials for writing, and that's it. That is very true. It is a difficult line to walk. Yeah. Doll says, it's never too cold for ice cream. Life of Angelina, hello, just joining. Hello, Angelina, you are very welcome. Let us know how you're doing, what you're working on. And also, if you would like to sprint, how long you would like to sprint for, or if you would prefer to just chat, because I'm easy either way. Shell signing off. Thanks for another fun morning. Happy writing, everyone. You're very welcome, Shell. We'll see you again next week, hopefully. Emma has to hop off, having dinner with family. Ton of fun. Thanks for hosting. We'll be back next week. You're very welcome. Thanks for coming. Let me. Doll is streaming tomorrow at 2 p.m. Eastern, which is 8 p.m. my time. Is it? Yes. Yes, it is. Sorry, I don't know where my brain is. So make sure that you are subscribed to Doll's channel for that. Emma says, okay, just quickly before I go, doing pretty well. I have a resit for my chemistry exam tomorrow, but after that, I'll be finished with the school year. Very well done, and best of luck for your resit. I know you will do fantastically well. BC streams writing sprints every Friday from 3:30 to 5:30 p.m. Eastern, and is always willing to plug that to get more writers being productive. Absolutely. BC's streams are a lot of fun. So please also make sure that you are subscribed to BC. Life of Angelina just posted a video where I try to outline my new project, which is fun. And I'm doing good, feeling a little stuck on writing. I hear you. So everyone make sure you check out Angelina's video. Amy is feeling better now. The rest of the family just returned from father-in-law's funeral on the other side of the country. Happy to have them all back. I'm sorry for your loss, but I am glad that you are feeling better and that your family is back with you. Katie has a video coming out on Thursday, which is a little controversial in the fact that it's about my gripes with poetry. Okie dokie. Gripes with poetry, I understand. BC says, let's sprint again. How about 15 minutes? We can do that. Angelina would like to do a sprint drafting the new story. Katie is also feeling a bit tired, working on trying to regain some balance after a depressive episode. It walks with the dogs and writing have been key in regaining some normalcy. Yes, it is. It's important to try and just be, I think. I don't know. I had a thought and it disappeared halfway through. Which tells you how I am. And lastly, always down for another sprint. Okay, we'll do a 15 and then we'll chat some more, I think. And JC says, really just trying to stay busy and productive and have kind of limited my news intake because also an empath, can't watch certain. Yeah. Yeah, I hear you on that. I must be quite honest. I am getting most of my news these days from YouTube. I'm not really looking at Facebook. I'm kind of burnt out on the whole news cycle. And I've heard this thing that is being called allyship fatigue, which is total nonsense. We're all tired, but we've got to keep going. Yeah. So when I say that I am burnt out, I am not burnt out on the cause, but I am burnt out on the constant barrage of information, if that makes any sense. So let me set us up for 15 minutes. Doll says, I don't watch the news at all for the same reason. BC says, I have that happen all of the time, thoughts that disappear halfway through. It's a thing, I swear. And BC says, I also just did a video yesterday about the job of writers in social change. Yes, I know that you did. I have not watched it yet. I'm sorry, BC. I have basically been all hands on deck all day. But when I'm done here and I've made my food, I will sit down to eat my supper and watch your video because I'm sure it is excellent because your videos are always excellent. Dole says, I watched that video, BC, very good. And JC says it makes total sense. Right. So we are going to do, sorry, I've just seen Dole. Oh my goodness. I'm never going to catch up on the comments. Katie says, makes so much sense. I realized the same thing and that my head was getting quite dark with all the information. I was becoming apathetic, which was really scary to me. Dole says, I dropped my video last night. It is what it is, not perfect. I have also not watched your video yet, Dole. I'm sorry. I will watch it. I promise. So, you're welcome, PC. Alicat is back. Welcome back. We are about to do another 15. And while we're on that topic, or while we're going into the 15, folks, pick a number between 1 and 13, and we will answer another question for a chatty chats. Everyone, please subscribe to BC and to Doll and to JC and to Katie Ann and to everyone else who has a channel, because I'm blanking. Okay. 15 minutes, starting in 3, 2, 1, go. Oops, I forgot to unmute myself. But that is time, everyone. So let's catch up on the chat. Basically, everyone just checking that they are subscribed to all the people that they need to be subscribed to. Doll says, yesterday someone left a comment on my video and the comment never showed up to me, and now we have a misunderstanding, and I hate the bots for that. YouTube is full of issues these days. And yeah, I've also had comments that don't show up for me, or that show up like 3 days after somebody's left them. It's really annoying. JC says same thing happened to them. Robin drops in the last minute cheering. Hi, Robin. I'm glad that you made it for a little bit. And I hope that you got the things done that you needed to get done. Was that English? I'm not sure. Angelina got 380, not too bad for the first words of the day. BC says 137. Video outline is kind of kicking my butt. It's a lot to break down into a teachable video. Yes, I understand. That's one of the reasons why my JimJam Conversations videos have been taking so long, is it's a lot. It just is. Ali has also had that happen. Someone left a comment and it didn't show up. Robin says I did, and that was English. I'm glad to hear that. Key says greetings and hallucinations. Greetings and hallucinations to you, Key. We have just finished our last sprint. We are going to answer the final question of the day, and then we're going to wrap up. Marissa's video is edited and exporting now. That is awesome. Ali got about a page or so edited and reviewed in case they need to edit. I have no idea what my brain is doing. Key says to make a multi-part video and an intro overview, and that is directed at BC. And at least you got to say hi. Yes, you did. Hi. I'm glad that you made it, even if it is only for the last 5 seconds of the stream. It's not 5 seconds. I'm just being bollock because I can. So the final question for the day is, would you go to a movie alone? And my answer is that's the only way that I go to a movie, is alone. For those of you who don't know, I have anxiety disorders. I have dissociative disorder. There's a lot wrong with me. And basically the only way that I can enjoy a movie in the cinema is to go by myself, because I get really anxious, especially in the dark. And I also only go to the private or luxury cinema here, because they don't turn the lights down as low and they don't put the sound up as high. But yes, if I go with people, then I spend most of the time worrying about whether I'm going to have a panic attack. And the fact that if I do have a panic attack, then I'm upsetting the experience for them, and it's a whole thing. So I only go to the movies by myself. However, my closest movie theater is 300 and something kilometers away, because I live in the armpit of the world, basically. No, I don't really. I live in some of the most beautiful country that South Africa has to offer, but we do not have a lot in the way of entertainment. We have only had a mall for about 8 years, and there is nothing of interest in the mall. So, okay, let's have a look at the comments, if I can find them. BC says, I thought about doing that, but I'm not sure it breaks out well. Take a look, though. It is a good suggestion. And BC says that she has really been enjoying Marissa's social change videos. And yes, I have to second that. Marissa's social change videos are excellent. Christine says, I would and I do. Key says, if it doesn't break out well, then the intro overview is necessary. BC says, I go to the movies alone all of the time prior to the pandemic. In the before times. Marissa says, got in trouble with YouTube for them and they're not going to monetize those videos. That sucks, because they are excellent videos. And YouTube can basically go and jump in the lake, because that is the kind of content that we need. And I'm just going to make myself angry, so I am going to shush. Angelina says, I might, depending on the movie. I don't really like going anywhere alone, plus I usually go with my family, so it's a fun experience. Fair enough. I know a lot of people who will only go to a movie with people. So, yeah, I get that. Marissa says, I love going to the movies alone. Won't be going right now, but I can't wait until it's safe to go again. I appreciate that. Yes, even if we did have a cinema near me, I would not be going, because the cinemas are not currently open, for one. And for two, people are idiots. And I can very much do without the Rona. Thank you very much. JC says, used to hate going to the movies alone, but now, well, not now because of pandemic, but yeah, I love going to the movies by myself. Dole is stream hopping now because Own Voices conversation happening somewhere. I have to be there. Dole, thank you for coming. Please be at the Own Voices. That's an important conversation to be having. Okay, Marissa says definitely going to keep making them. I'm very glad to hear that. I agree with that, BC. Doll says, I don't have to, but you know me. Yes, I do, and totally understand. Christine says, yes, I went to the movies in the before times. Yeah. Angelina says, I can't wait until the drive-in movies open. I don't think we have many drive-in movies in South Africa. There used to be one at the big mall near where I used to live, but last I heard they'd closed down, so not sure. Katie Ann goes to the movies alone because it's a nice place to decompress and is my treat, self-care, pre-pandemic, of course. Right. Marissa, if you're still here, are you streaming on Thursday? I don't want to promote something that isn't happening. So I'm just double checking. Doll is streaming tomorrow. I have forgotten the time, but it is in the chat. 2 p.m. Eastern. I didn't even have to look it up. BC is streaming on Friday at 3:30 p.m. Eastern. Marissa will be streaming on Thursday, and we'll grab the link. So that is good. Subscribe to everyone. Again, or if you haven't already. Thanks for coming. It's been surprisingly productive. Oh, I never showed you what I did. So there we go. I wanted to do a portrait and then decided no. So that is what I did. I am probably going to try and get that scanned in and then put it on my Redbubble so people can buy prints or stickers or whatever. Alicat says, thanks for this. You're very welcome. Alicat, I will be back next week. Same time, same place. BC says, good job. Thank you very much. Ali says, that looks good. Thank you very much. And there is the link to Marissa's stream on Thursday, same time as this one. But on her channel, not mine. Christine said, love it, would make a good greeting card. I had not thought of that, but I'm definitely going to enable that when I upload to Redbubble. JC says, thank you and take care of yourself. Thank you very much for coming. And right back at you. Folks, it's been lovely. I hope that you have done what you needed to do. Gently caress the like button if you feel so inclined, because it helps my channel. If you are not already subscribed, I would really appreciate it if you would turn the red button to grey. And yeah, thanks for coming. Black Lives Matter. Trans rights are human rights. You are real, you are valid, and you are loved. Stay safe, stay strong. Bye.